Hello there. Welcome
Hola.
in. It is Draft Bros. We're having a special Thursday night edition. Is exciting. Is awesome. And yeah, you want to say hi to the peeps? Do your little intro because I forgot to do something before the stream.
Hola, ¿cómo se va? Muy bien. I have no idea. I took 4 years of French. I'm out.
I took Latin and Italian. So, welcome in. We already got 22 people. That's actually quite a surprise. I was low key when I realized it's Thursday night. I'm like, no one's gonna be tuning in because they're watching.
Yeah, but it's Patriots Jets. It's not. It's currently 14-0.
Yeah. Well, right now I have my day 2 of my mock draft uploading. So for those of y'all who are wondering,
you do them at the beginning of the week?
I do.
Like
I do
everyone else.
round. Well, I do 1-2 round on Mondays, and then on Wednesday I release day 1. Thursday release day 2. So it's like one without trades. That's 2 rounds together, and then I have one with trades because I get to think it out a bit more.
Oh, okay.
Or I get to see the feedback as well, and people bring up some like really really good points, and you know it's why I always say you could be a dick.
Just don't be one in particular.
Yes, but it's like
well, that one I don't listen. I mean, that's overthrown, but caught the flag, pass interference.
But yes, welcome in everybody. Yeah, that's basically why I do it. Also, I should be doing it a day ahead, so I should have done it on like Tuesday night and then this on Wednesday night. And I got
Alex. We're not here to judge you.
Oh, I'm here to judge myself. That's okay. And by the way, those of y'all who are watching, if you guys ever want to leave the stream to watch, it just uploaded. There you go. That's what I was doing. The mock draft is up. There you go.
Maybe drop it after Thursday Night Football.
It's going to be up. Fly, Eagles, fly, and Nick Sirianni make me want to cry. Can we fire him now?
No.
Is that overreaction Monday?
Sounds like an overreaction.
Yeah, I feel that's a little bit of an overreaction.
I mean, yes, they should have ran the football, but inherently that third down call isn't a bad play call.
Yeah.
I think not going for it on 4th down's a bad play call.
Paying Jalen Hurts was the bad call.
Oh gosh. Regardless, we're actually gonna be talking about this weekend's festivities, both college and NFL. For college, I figure we'll bring up some of the big matchups and talk about some of the prospects maybe we like from those teams and what we're excited to see.
Yes, sir.
And we could start with the Friday night game if you like any Nebraska or Illinois prospects.
Oh my God. Okay, so actually, I really am excited for this. Isn't Prince Will Umamulin on Nebraska still? Princely's brother? Or did he transfer out?
I couldn't tell you.
Regardless, I know that Nebraska has a really talented defensive line, and they're playing Illinois, right?
Yeah, Illinois.
So both of the tackles, J.C. Davis, and then I'm forgetting the name of the right tackle. Learned about him today.
Yeah,
both of them NFL prospects. Yeah, and it's like,
yeah. I watched J.C. over the summer when he was at New Mexico.
I was waiting for all 22 on that. It's like
I killed 2 birds with one stone. They had a running back that transferred out of there too, so I think he's at Arizona.
There you go.
So
yeah, super excited.
What about the wide receiving core for Illinois?
Yeah. Zachary Franklin. There's that other dude.
Zachary popping off.
I
got Pat Bryant, and they're going to be taking on Tommy Lee.
Tommy Hill
figure.
Tommy Lee. What is Tommy Lee?
Lee. Does that sound familiar? Huh?
Is Tommy Lee like the lead singer on Aerosmith? I'm tripping. What's that?
No, that's Steven Tyler.
Oh. I've seen Steven Tyler events too. I should know that. But who the hell's Tommy Lee?
He is a musician. Or I could have been referencing Tommy Lee Jones, of course. Motley Crue.
There we go. I knew some.
How do I not know that off the top of my head? I love Shinedown and stuff like that.
So, yeah, I mean that's actually a game with a lot of really good prospects. By the way,
Yeah, it's got good ones. Like Raiola is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the defense for Illinois is still pretty darn good. I don't know if they got like a legit prospect for that game.
Yeah.
But it's still fair. I mean, hey, Illinois is 3-0.
Well, they're a good team. They're a good team.
Can't sleep on Illinois.
Yeah. Their quarterback is what, Luke Altmaier?
Yep. Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Throwing to another former Ole Miss wide receiver in Zakari.
They did not play together, though.
Did not play together. Zakari didn't even see the field last year because of injury, I think.
Right.
That, and then at that point, you were just stuck on the depth chart because they had a ton of wide receivers.
Right. Oh, anyways, yeah.
I was going to say, so Saturday, NC State takes on Clemson.
That's always such a physical game.
It will be. I don't know how I feel about NC State.
They're ass, but
they're bad.
Casey Concepcion,
he's out.
What's
Concepcion,
up?
I'll worry about him next year. Next draft
he's
cycle.
So good, though. So good.
He is. I was excited to see him against Tennessee. He had like 3 receptions on the first drive and then like 2 for the rest of the game just because Tennessee's defense put the clamps.
I know. Tommy Lee and Pamela Anderson. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But who else is
Anthony
on NC
Belton?
State?
It's kind of looking for Belton's specifically looking for a comeback game after he didn't have the best game against Tennessee.
Yeah. I think he might be a guard. Just super physical, great size.
Yeah,
6'6".
I could see that. What about Akem? You think Akem Ekwonu's a guard too?
Well, I mean, it took him a long time before he's been relatively efficient as a pass blocker. It's a tackle, so maybe he should have been a guard short term.
Oh, man, we'll see with Andy Dalton in the pocket this week. Oh, man, Mamma Mia. Clemson, do they got anybody? Like, they got Capehart on the defensive line.
DeMonte. They have
Barrett
Peter
Carter.
Woods, right?
Peter Wood, again, another guy. We could talk about him in 2026.
You're saying like the guys to watch for the draft. I thought you were saying like actually just like good.
Yeah, no, screw that.
Okay, yeah, draft prospects. Yeah,
if you ain't eligible, then you basically don't exist to me.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, I think it's pretty much those two at the moment. Not really seeing much other talent besides that.
Yeah, I haven't. To be fair, I haven't
Okay, never mind. I was gonna say Avion Terrell, but also next year.
The offensive line is veteran. It's fine, but after that, Georgia, and it's Georgia, man. Georgia's always gonna leave a bad taste in your mouth when it comes to offensive line and them. Then just defensively, Georgia's always a nightmare matchup. Yeah. So I mean, a lot of these guys kind of need that bounce back game. No one's gonna take the Appalachian State railroading serious, so it's a good way to start. I will say this: I do like Clemson minus 18.5, though.
So you're saying like you think they'll actually whoop them a little bit better, a little bit more than that?
I do. I
can see that.
Did you see them go to toe with Louisiana Tech? Louisiana Tech looked like they're going to run away with that game for a sack.
Dude, they're just not a good team.
No, they got I think a first-time starter.
Yeah,
Bailey.
at QB.
Yeah.
I mean, he's done better than Grayson McCall did. Grayson McCall looked bad. When he was
to be fair, he was going to look bad at against Tennessee, but it wasn't inspiring against Louisiana Tech. But
so there have been some points in the chat for those of y'all who are wondering if like we are like looking. I have them starred for. Well, I'm looking. I have them starred for like when the conversation kind of dies down on a certain topic for us to go and address them. So send your questions. I am looking.
Ann Arbor, USC, they're coming in. Hey, we're USC. We're more physical now on defense. And I don't know. Miller Moss kind of wants to be a legit draft prospect. Yo, you see this? See this up here?
See what?
Not the zit. Like little dot.
Man,
I noticed it in my recording yesterday, and I just
nobody
caught
can see that shit.
Well, I saw it. I was like, oh my gosh, dude, someone's got a snipe on me, dude. I'm scoped up.
I love that you just
They pissed
interjected
about
that.
my takes. They're coming to get me.
Oh Lord.
But it's gonna be a big game for Miller Moss. If he just Quinn Ewers this, then I mean, because this quarterback class, we could talk about quarterback class right now.
Okay.
It sucks. Okay, that's not fair. It's not.
Hey, compared to what we've had, where we have like pretty much clear-cut guys who belong behind an NFL line, NFL offensive line, I do agree there is a little bit more uncertainty.
Yeah, I mean Miller Moss could definitely get in the run in there, but I feel like he's also going to be similar to like Beck and Shadur, where it's like a very high ceiling, but high floor, excuse me, but not like it's not going to be like an elite ceiling like we've had with like Drake May and well, I don't think he's got a big arm like that. I think he's got velocity. I don't think he's got a crazy big arm.
Are you saying like range? Or
yeah, let's go. Yeah. Because I know that
I haven't seen him throw like a 60-yard ball. Yeah, if that's what you're talking about, I think he has good velocity within 30 yards. I don't think he's going to be the sniper downfield the way Drake May, who had those big. If that's what you're talking about, we're on the same page.
I think he's money on the short to intermediate.
Yes, and I think on fade routes, like in the red zone, I think that is where he could also make his bread and butter. But yes, I totally agree. That's something you and I will agree there. But I just don't know. I'm still learning how much I should buy into how valuable those big plays are, because it's like, man, I mean, if you can hit them, that's kind of a great thing. But I just am starting to value that intermediate range so much more.
Oh, yeah. No, the intermediate, I mean, that's the most thrown to area in the NFL. That 10 to 19 yard.
Yeah, and he hits that consistently well. That's what I fell in love with. It's those you've talked about as well, where he's like the tight end slips right behind the linebacker and it's perfectly layered. Or for me, like I like to talk to the honey hole and cover 2. Like those are the 2 areas where guys like Brock Purdy. Well, Brock Purdy makes his money with the layer shots, not the honey hole shots. But regardless,
of cover 2, did you hear Mel Kiper?
Oh, wait, are you talking about like cover 2 should be banned or something? Didn't he say some shit like that?
Should be, outlawed. What the hell? Like,
dude, ESPN's making their guys do too much. I'm not gonna blame that.
Is this a legitimate discussion people are having?
Like, that I don't understand why.
Offense.
I'm pretty sure Ryan Flores did a weird cover 2 variation and it ended up kicking the Niners' ass.
Dude, I mean, I don't get that. I didn't know he was like dead serious about that either. That the safeties need to be ranged in. It's like, yo, hold on. Defense has been playing catch up to this whole passing era we've had. And now that the minute they got this sucker down pat, you're like, oh, let's switch it up. Screw you. Quit changing the game.
Yep.
It's like, get good. How about this? Get good offense. And honestly, you know what this is? This is taking more money out of the mouths of running backs. Because what happens when you play cover 2? How do you defeat it? You run the freaking football. All right, you don't want to stack the box? Fine. Taking more money out of the mouths of running backs. And I'm not a running back guy. Well, that's not true.
I know.
I'm not a running
back.
It's
interesting. It's interesting to hear you advocate for the running backs when you are the biggest hater of all running back talent.
Kind of.
Okay.
I don't know. I thought it was wild. I couldn't even believe he said that. I was like,
I didn't understand it. I thought it was satire.
I just saw it on a clip on X. I was like, is this real?
Right. And then like also them explaining what cover 2 means in like a whole segment. I'm like, what is this?
Cover 2 is so popular now.
Like cover 2, just say they said too high.
Too high safeties.
Saying. It's
like they were they've been unfamiliar with Vic Fangio apparently for the last 20 years.
Blows my mind.
Let's go back to this Michigan game. Michigan's defensive line needs a big game.
I love how we were talking about the quarterback class, and then you're just like, all right, fuck the quarterback class.
I mean, we'll probably get back into the quarterback. Okay, let's talk quarterbacks. How about that?
Okay, because I want to. I think it will blend back. Wait, isn't Michigan playing USC this week?
Yeah, that's why I brought it up.
Yeah, okay. Because that's what I was gonna say. It would bleed into it, but I'm surprised you're not super high on Cam Ward.
I'm not there yet.
Really?
I mean, if I redid my stuff now,
yeah,
I'd probably have him quarterback 1. Because like I like Beck. I'm not in love with Beck. I like Shadur. I'm not in love with Shadur. So if I'm really looking for the upside guy, he's probably going to be the dude. Ewers, people could talk about that. Oh, thank you so much. That's so hot. Why did I grab the bottom of that? Some rice, sausage, peppers.
Dude, we had a potluck at my work today, and then one of my coworkers made the best gumbo I've ever had. It kicked anything in New Orleans'
gumbo,
ass.
Dude, whoa, calm down.
No, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I just didn't go to the right spots, but I just genuinely was unimpressed. Now, when it came to jambalaya, that shit's gas. Like, ridiculously good.
Cajun I lived in New Orleans for a good year and put on like 20 pounds during that year.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to do. Dude, the drinking scene, though, was nuts. Nuts.
Yeah, like, again, with like Cam, it's like they haven't played anyone recently. Florida. Is Florida even good? I mean, I don't want to take that away from him. I just worry about him working inside a structure and how much things will need to be schemed up. Is he not going to have pocket presence? Is he going to be a guy that's going to get antsy feet? I already thought he was toesy into the pocket coming into this year. And then like the first like quarter and a half against Florida, he was just vacating clean pockets at times.
Right.
But again, in a couple of weeks when I reshuffle things, I could see him being my quarterback 1, which isn't saying much. I still think I'm taking these guys highest, middle of the first, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, why are you such a hater, bro? Why are you such a hater on Beck and Shadur, bro? Like, these are number 1 overall picks. I thought.
Get big arms and
guaranteed
play better.
Isn't that what RG3 said? 2 top 5 picks were playing on Colorado's team.
Well, RG3, man, maybe shouldn't have ran as much. How about that?
Maybe you should have eaten the croissant differently in that picture with your wife. Don't know.
Hey, bro, I ain't gonna be.
That's a legendary picture.
Croissants are kind of good.
Yeah, but did you see?
I saw it. The man unhinged his jaw like a snake, and you know what? As another man, I don't blame him.
Ayo. Okay. Yeah. Well,
should see me in a hot dog eating contest.
I could never do one of those.
Yeah. Is there a quarterback like on the outskirts for you? Like
Drew
Allure? Yeah.
Drew Allure, I have him worth at mid first.
I could see that. Let's see how they put up the points on Kent State.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, obviously this is just based on projection of where they're going. Like, if I trust the development. You know me, I had him as QB 17 coming into the year, so I am definitely not on like the Will Levis like slobbing on the nobbin train. Like, that wasn't where I was at. Like, I was definitely on the pessimistic side. It's just like, he's doing a lot better. I got to give him credit. And I love players who get better every year. And he's gotten better every year. Yeah. I think he's at this point good. And he has a chance of really being great. Oh, by the way, listen to this. Somebody they were talking about like, oh, how can you say that, like, they're basically saying like, oh, well, like, you can't, when it comes to playmaking, it's like, you can't try to talk about Big Ben as a playmaker and then highlight speed for other players in playmaking. And I'm like, do you not realize that evading you can like evade and shed contact? Like there's two different things. You could be hard to bring down or impossible to bring down.
Dude, Big Ben, that boy was girthy.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing. I saw Drew Alar shedding contact. That was like when I started seeing that, I'm like, that just gave me that vibe, man. Like arm arrogance. Like just I'm not gonna like actually make that my pure comp, but that's why I take him to Pittsburgh now. Like it's what we've been missing is just somebody to be splash plays,
to be Big Ben.
Momentum, to be Big Ben, or at least cosplay. So
that's fair.
We do have some questions though.
All right, if you want to, yeah, let's do a couple questions.
Yeah, because then I do want to get into the games because I really do like talking about those.
Mm-hmm.
So first off, this is the most recent question, but I do think it's more collaborative between you and me. Mikael Williams, what are your thoughts?
I mean, he's tools. We were hoping to see the production, but now he's out with. Did they call it a high ankle sprain?
I'm not sure what the actual injury was, but I just know he missed the Kentucky game.
Yeah, you know how college is. They'll just tell you lower leg injury.
Yep.
The hell does that mean? But yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I just wanted to see consistency.
We haven't had a chance.
We're kind of robbed of that. He's kind of like he's honestly he could end up like Trevon Walker and people will just take shots on him in the like top 20, top 10.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just because of the tools.
I have Jalen Walker significantly higher. Significantly. You know where Jalen is on my board now, right?
No. I think we were talking about this yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah. Just
I was bumped. Yeah.
Where do you have him on yours?
Well, right now I only have him listed as like a second, but that was like my pre-summer stuff.
Oh, okay.
Where I was like, okay, is he going to be off ball or are they going to let him play off the edge?
Right. Like, where do you think he is for me? I mean, I guess you already kind of know because we talked about it yesterday.
I believe. I'm trying to remember. Did you say like top 10?
He is number 6 on my board. And that's probably going to be number 5 when I regrade Marcus Bowe. Because I'm going to be a pain in the ass. I love that guy. But you know me. Whenever I see someone have a bad game, I'm going to use that as the basis.
You have a bad game against Notre Dame?
Yep. I'm going to use that. And if he does well.
Play a right tackle?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. He did say he measured his arms, by the way. Like, he just had his arms measured. He's like at 33 inches.
Perfect. Good for a guard.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was worried about because he says like 30. He said above 30 inches. And I was like, I love you, Marcus. That's not the answer you need to give. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I do not want an offensive lineman with 29-inch arms. But that might end up potentially pushing him to guard.
We'll see.
But he said he feels most comfortable at tackle. And I'm like, you're more comfortable getting an extra couple million a year too. I respect it.
Yep, that's the truth. But yeah, you can't deny the tools, Mikael. That's it.
Yeah. He is toolsy. He just needs to be more consistent.
Yeah. It's just we're kind of being robbed of that.
Yeah, we are. I think we'll get a chance. We'll get a chance.
Yeah. I do want to point out that I do want to see bigger games from like Kenneth Grant and Mason Graham.
Mason at least got 4 pressures versus Texas. Yeah. At least he bounced back with that. But Kenneth Grant has been very, very unproductive this year. Very quiet. Scares the shit out of me. That's why I only take him to the Texans now. If I'm going to go with him in the first, it's to the Texans. Because it's like, you know what? I trust D'Amico to take a shot on someone who shouldn't go in the first and make him worth the first. Otherwise, I want him falling to round 2.
Yeah.
And even then, is he worth the second round pick? Based on his production?
I was going to say, just from an athletic standpoint, he is.
But yes, it's worth taking the shot. So it's like, I don't see him escaping the top 40. Yeah. Because it's also the motor. I mean, this guy is just super high energy. Like, you saw that, what he ran down, was it Katron Allen from behind? Like,
yeah.
He's a freak. So it's just, dude, you got to be productive. You can't just be a big body because he's not a big run stuffer.
I mean, he has great size. He was really good last year, though, as a pass rusher.
Yeah. Like, that's the thing. That was so surprising.
I think it's just
little...
Michigan's down bad.
Yeah. I mean, I guess there's going to be a lot more running when you're not necessarily having teams that are in guaranteed passing situations trying to catch up.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Yeah, no, I've been very underwhelmed. From the defensive interior class, I've been very underwhelmed. But, yeah, Mikael Williams, to wrap up the thought, great talent. We're being robbed because, just injury. So we don't really get to see the consistency there.
Yeah.
But jumping to the other side of the ball, what's your thought on Jack Nelson? Because my opinion is not necessarily based on how he's performed this year, but it's how he's performed over his career.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't recall how he did in the
He's been allowing pressure minimum a game.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't remember how he did in the Bama game.
Ooh, that's a good. I kind of forgot. How did he do?
I mean, I watched the Bama game, but I wasn't, watching to like eval.
I'm
casually watching it to enjoy.
Right.
But I got for pluses because he was a guy I think I did eval on last year.
He allowed 2 pressures. 64.6 pass blocking grade, 36 pass blocking reps.
Oh yeah, that's not terrible.
It's not terrible, but I think he can do better.
Yeah. When it came to Jack Nelson, I had ideal build and flexibility, quick feet, functional play strength, active hands. I said he struggles with leverage, plays off balance, and hand placement is imprecise.
Yeah. I'm gonna wait and I'm gonna study that Bama game because so far it's been his worst game. It's probably his most translatable. There's some good edge rushers on Bama. I'm forgetting the name of the edge for Bama.
There's like a solid defensive interior rotation. I don't know who's playing edge for them right now.
Yeah. But for Jack, the thing I loved is that every year I think he has gotten better. Throw the PFF grades out, like talking about like actual translatable consistency. I thought he's done a lot better of a job each year. And he learns mid-game about the mistakes that he makes. That's something I appreciate about him. And I think that he's just having a slower start to this year. It's not like he's doing a horrible job. It's just allowing a pressure versus Western Michigan versus South Dakota. Like, those are games that I'm really hoping for him to just genuinely have a Stonewall game. Like, you got to be able to do that. And I want to see at least one game where he gets a goose egg on the pressures.
He's a dude with a ton of experience, though.
Yeah. This is his 4th year starting. He ended up taking reps technically in 2020, though. But yeah, he's a top 20 player for me right now. Like, I have him tied with yeah, I know. I have him tied with Will Campbell. Oh, I really like Will Campbell though.
Leave me be, dude. Leave me be.
I really like Jack Nelson. He's one of the few actual left tackles in this class where you don't really have a question whether they're going to kick to guard. That's the big plus. Like with Campbell, arm length issues could push him technically to guard. I'm thinking about what Ursery pass blocking form could kick him to guard for the meantime.
I think people just need to sell on this tackle class is going to be it's going to be a little light.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just because there's also a lot of hybrids. There's not like last year there were hybrids as well. Cause I was thinking like Troy Fautanu could have been, and they tested out
Jordan Mason, who's now playing guard.
Who? Morgan. Oh, I was like Jordan Mason. I'm like, there's another one.
fantasy brain right now.
Yeah. Jordan Morgan. I love the fact that I ended up having a little back and forth with this. We'll just take the name out, but other content creator, and he was talking about how good of an offensive tackle he's going to be. I'm like, I think he's a guard, man. And I mean, people had their reasoning. Like some thought he was a tackle. I think you were on the tackle side, which again, perfectly fine. He was a really good tackle.
I could have gone either or.
Right. Like for me, I was saying I saw regardless of whether I thought he could play tackle or not, I saw a massive jump to guard. And then when the guy started talking about the UCLA game, he's like, he shut down Leatu Latu. I pulled up every single rep he went after Leatu Latu. He won 1 and lost 3. It's like he literally had no reps one-on-one versus him. But it's just like
Oh, was it Basaraki?
Not gonna say names.
Oh, I'm just trying to remember if I saw that
Maybe. Yeah,
on
you
X.
you saw it.
He's a
We
good
talked.
guy. He's a good guy.
Like we've had our run-ins, and I'm sure he is. I haven't been able to talk with him.
To be fair, these guys that are like content creators for individual teams,
yeah,
there will be a little bit of fan stuff, and
yeah,
which is fair. I get it. You want to hype up your community and whatnot. So
I get it. I started putting like whenever I was doing some of the summer tape studies of the offensive tackles, I'd end up putting like Vikings pass rusher and then talking about Dallas Turner, and then it would be far more productive than whenever I said Alabama pass rusher. So it's like I get it. It's also like when you give people excitement, they're going to react better. But at the same time, it's just like there was like it's so long ago I can't remember the full conversation, but basically it's just
I remember seeing it on X, and I was like, yeah, I'm staying away from that.
There's certain times where I bite, sometimes I don't. But hey, I mean, again, obviously, I'm sure the guy's a great guy. Like, and he obviously has built a really, really good channel, like business wise. Shout out to him. I just didn't agree with the take, and then brought the receipts. So there you go.
All right, so you want to? I'm trying to look for another. There's like Utah, Oklahoma State, but
yeah, I'm trying to get this freaking protein powder to mix.
But like Cam Rising, I don't think is a serious prospect. He's a good college quarterback, but if anything, he might be a practice squad. He should be.
He didn't play last week.
Yeah, but that was just a rest. I heard the hand injury wasn't that severe.
Okay, that's good.
Let me see. Injury report.
Dude, Uthi finally did something too.
Say what?
I think Brant did something finally last week. He's been pretty quiet.
Yeah. I mean, I've always not been like
Anthony. I'm seeing your messages. Brant. I'm starring it.
Okay, he's been practicing this week. He'll be ready to play.
What's up, Francisco? Okay, good. I mean, he's a really good college guy. And Mig, I do have your comments starred. When we get out of this, whatever you call it, out of this segment, I'll talk about Tyler Bucker.
Or do you want me to? There's really only one other game I think we should talk about.
Well, let's talk about Michigan though, because we started highlighting the defensive interiors and got on a tangent, and then Miller Moss and all that stuff.
Like, I mean, what else is there? They're not going to throw Will Johnson's way,
right? But Bear Alexander.
Oh, I forgot about Bear.
Yeah, he hasn't been doing much.
I mean, I haven't checked in the USC defense thus far this year.
Well, that's why I'm saying, like, I haven't seen his name pop up because, like, he's a name I forgot.
They've only played 2 games, one being LSU, the other Utah State.
Dude, he's had literally 31 pass rushes. He's only had 1 pressure this year, though. But it's like he's played less than 50 reps all year. It's
What's
just
his
so
win rate?
Let me see. You have to go to the by position, right?
Team.
You can do it by team?
Yeah, you go if you go to just team, like click on the team and you could go under like the tab where you could choose like schedule, passing grade. It has like a defense and underneath that is like pass rush and run defense and coverage.
Oh, good stuff. Because I was always going to player. So you go to defense, right?
Yeah.
Pass rush. There you go. Okay. Donde está Bear? Damn. Am I tripping? Or is he like, there he is. Win percentage 9.7. Not good.
Not terrible though.
No, I mean, again, we're talking about such a limited pass set. Like it's 31 reps. Like you just impossible to truly tell.
Yeah.
Achille Arnold, safety at 25%.
Yeah, I need to check out that safety duo from USC. I think didn't both play for different Pac-12 teams last year. I know Arnold was with Oregon
I'm not
State.
sure
I can't remember if Ramsey was somewhere else.
I feel like was Ramsey? No, I'm thinking of Peyton Ramsey, the quarterback with Indiana years back.
Golly, what a
I know,
name to
dude. Like, what
bring
the
up.
hell was that from?
Jeez Louise, dude.
We'll go 30 reps. I'm just
Well,
curious, defense material wise, who's doing well? Aeneas Peebles. Yeah, he's the top.
And I mean the offensive line for Michigan, they just lack experience. They legitimately replaced 6 starters on that offensive line.
Yeah,
from last year. So,
what are your thoughts on Dante Corleone, by the way?
I haven't checked in on him ever since hearing he's coming back. That he came back in the Pitt game, I think.
Dude has 12 pressures on 64 attempts, but his pass rush win rate's much lower than that.
That's nuts. But I mean, he was always just kind of this little big bowling ball that's gonna be able to push the pocket just because of his explosiveness.
Yeah, I mean, I just thought Jawan Briggs was so much better. When I watched them side by side, I got excited about Briggs. Huh?
I did like me Briggs. I like Briggs quite a bit.
He's on a practice squad right now, right? It's just like,
oh, he's absolutely on a practice squad somewhere.
I know. I was saying not on a 53.
Yeah, no. That I would be shocked. He's practice squad with the Browns.
Yeah. Okay.
Which of course, dude, that team's got Well, hold on.
Yeah.
Let me go check because I know they've had injuries and Michael Hall is kind of, I think he just reached a plea agreement with, was it like domestic abuse or something?
Tyler Booker, is he more of a 3-4 defense? Tyler Booker's a tackle, my friend Anthony. Are you talking about somebody else? Talking about Austin Booker on the Bears? He ended up bringing up when you look at Tyler Booker, is he more of a 3-4 D end or a 4-3? I think you're talking about somebody else, my friend.
There was
Tyler Barron.
I was gonna say I have no idea where Thomas Booker is right now.
I think he's on the Eagles. He's on the Eagles 53.
I know he was drafted by the Texans.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's on the Eagles.
He's bounced around.
Yeah, he's on the Eagles. I think he's on their 53 too.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Briggs is on the practice squad, by the way.
Yeah, okay. But for us, Tyler Barron, 4-3 D end all day.
Yeah,
I don't want to kick him inside. I do not want to kick him inside. Put him on the Texans behind Daniil Hunter.
I mean, if you want to get crazy, dude, just work him like DeMarcus Lawrence, like they use him with the Cowboys.
Dude, him and Marshawn Nealon would be a nasty duo. Great size.
I mean, I guess, yeah, if you're not going to pay Micah, why not, right?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, they're going to play different roles, but yeah. All right, I'll take this moment to just talk about this question.
Yeah, I saw it. I was
like, for a while.
You could go address that, bud.
Yeah, I'll address it real quick. So why is Tyler Booker higher than Will Campbell? I just think that Tyler Booker's a really, really solid guard. Very high, like super high floor. Granted, he dropped weight. Did you see that? He's down to 325. Not a fan of that. I like him at 350. Yeah.
I mean,
he's just probably not used to it. I mean, it's never a bad thing to be more athletic, but I honestly kind of wanted him more in that 330, 340 range. Probably will get up.
You liked him at 350 and unhealthy? I got you.
He was healthy. Come on now. Go on. But no, super high floor player, just uber consistent. You just can't really nitpick him. And I did think he could end up being a tackle. Will Campbell, I do think that the length sometimes becomes an issue. He has a weird stance. You see that? Like when his like kick slide is just upright. Yeah. Dude, just straight up.
That was like the first thing I wrote. I was like, this guy's standing up like pre-snap and post-snap.
Yeah, it doesn't make very much sense. But Will Campbell's a great player. I mean, it's more so I just really love
Will Campbell takes that blue chew.
That's why he is completely erect the whole play.
That's right. I mean, nothing phallic about it.
Speaking of what gets erect, me when I watch Drew Phillips. You feel about that?
Oh, now we're jumping. You want to just jump to the NFL?
Okay, yeah, sure, why not?
Let's do it. Because I mean, honestly, like the only thing I'm taking from this Utah game is like,
yeah,
Ollie Gordon. Like
he's been
he's
doing
not my
bad
running
this year
back
too.
one. I don't think
he's
he's
been
my
doing
running back
poor.
2. He might not be my running back 3 anymore.
Yeah,
but it's like he's still probably a top 50 guy.
right. He's a good home run hitting back. It's just he's proving to not be a 3-down back in the NFL. Getting 2.9 yards per carry is just not acceptable. That's what we did last week, 17 for 49. It's just like you can't do that and try to call yourself on the level of Ashton Genty, Quinshaw Judkins, that matter.
Yeah.
Hell, Trevor Etienne coming.
So if we're going to jump to the NFL, let's just go ahead and skip the Thursday night game.
Okay.
Dude, freaking Rodgers has thrown to everybody.
Yeah.
On a side note, he has 15 completions in the first half. Ooh. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different pass catchers.
That's nuts. First half too.
First half, he's 15 of 20.
Oof.
Dude, but like Braylon Allen, talk about being a legit, a good compliment. Not even a compliment. He doesn't really compliment Breece Hall. It's just like, hey, we got big and fast, and now we just got big and shifty.
Dude, the thing is, I think you could have a 3-headed running back committee there. I ended up taking Amari and Hampton at the end of the third. It was just like, talk about keeping those guys healthy.
Oh my gosh, for the Jets?
Yeah.
It's just embarrassment of riches in the backfield.
Dude, you want to keep Rodgers healthy? Dude, this was my draft for the Jets. This is how it ended up.
Do you want Rodgers to do nothing but like hand off the football?
Listen, I think that wouldn't be the worst thing on planet Earth. Keeps him healthy. But first round, I got James Pierce. Then second round, Quinn Ewers was just there.
Someone else that not playing defense for the Jets.
I was literally just like, because Hassan's being an absolute douche nozzle. It's like they obviously need they had that in their vision for what they wanted.
Or Jermaine Johnson now out for the year.
Yeah, that just sucks.
Yeah,
sucks.
Patriots can't move the football, by the way. If you didn't know that beforehand, I mean, I don't know what Rocky. We could start with the Giants and Browns.
Are we just predicting who's going to win?
I mean, we could just talk about the game. We could talk about some of the players we've liked because Andrew Phillips has been freaking balling out.
Drew.
No, I'm going to call him by what I put him down in the draft guide. Like, Justin Matabuke is always going to be Justin to me.
Yes.
Because I haven't learned the pronunciation. I think it's like Namdi.
It's Nadi. There's Namdi.
Nadi? Nadi?
Is it?
I think it's Namdi, right?
Yeah, it is Namdi.
Namdi. Sick name, by the way. Hey, I ain't hating. I'm just saying, Justin's so much easier for me to say right now.
Agreed. I mean, look at us, guys. Do we look like we understand how to pronounce really awesome names? My name's Alex.
Dude, if you watch my channel, you know I can't pronounce some of the easiest names.
I know. I've gotten to your point though, to your level where it's like, yeah, pronunciation's not my thing either.
I'll even put it in like in my eval. I'll have it in parentheses, and I still struggle with it. Like Princely is killing me.
Umamilan?
It's like Umami Ellen. I think it's like hard Ellen at the end.
Umami Ellen?
Yeah.
Umami
Ellen.
Yes. See, it's Umami Ellen.
See, that's how I remember it, but I can't say it that way.
Yes, you can.
Princely Umami Ellen.
That makes for some good content. Come on.
Dude,
Giants Brown.
You got Phillips playing really good out of the slot.
Yeah.
You got Newman's playing solid too.
He's been doing a much better job than I gave him credit for.
Yeah, the tandem of Burns and KT kind of bounced back after a really bad week 1.
Yeah. They're definitely underperforming compared to the talent they have still, but it's good to see
the contract that one of them has.
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah, but dude, I get these Jets fans. I get these Giants fans, excuse me.
Yeah.
you want to replace Danny Dimes, but you don't make the same mistake you did by overdrafting a quarterback. Oh, Eli sucks. Yeah, let's just take Daniel Jones at 6 overall. You don't rinse and repeat that 6 years down the line.
Yeah. You and I have different opinions on the value of the quarterbacks in this class. I have 2 guys that I would take for him.
Listen,
besides those 2,
if they're picking a top 5 pick,
I'm taking one of those 2.
I would say get the hell out of there.
I mean, if you can and still be able to get those players, absolutely. It depends on what the perception is at that point.
Yeah. So Browns are a 6.5 point favorite. I don't think that they just don't. I don't know if they have a explosive enough offense to get that done.
I just don't know if the Giants are really, outside of Malik Neighbors, going to be productive enough on offense. I mean, it's a really good defense.
Legitimately like 30% of the target share last week.
Not only that, he had well over 50% of the actual yardage last week.
Yeah. No. And if you only caught that last ball, maybe they would have got in a field goal from their punter. Because stinking Graham Gano went down.
Oh.
Yeah, he tweaked his hamstring like on the opening kickoff.
I think the Steelers punter ended up hurting himself.
Johnson.
Yeah, Johnson got hurt. So then Boswell, I think, did a punt.
And he was the holder too.
Mm-hmm. So the Steelers brought on somebody who used to be a holder for Boswell a long time ago.
Nice.
If I'm not mistaken. Anyways. Yeah.
Like, dude, and apparently with like Amari Cooper, he's caught in like 5 of his like 17 targets. Not saying that's all on him. It's certainly not. Like,
no,
there's a quarterback problem happening. Problem is that quarterback's there to stay.
That's just what sucks, dude. I mean, I really thought that Deshaun would get the rust off eventually. And I just like,
I mean, at this point, you're just hoping, hey, don't cost us games, right?
Right.
Like, they're probably going to beat the Giants, but I don't believe in them. Like, I guess you can take them 6.5, but I won't touch that game whatsoever.
Yeah. I don't. It's not
hell out of me.
Enough. Right. But I think we're both in agreement that Cleveland wins.
Yeah. And Malik saves Danny Dimes' job.
Yeah. I don't know about that.
So Packers take on the Titans. Jordan Love has been practicing this week, still doubtful, so it's going to most likely 99% sure it's going to be Malik Willis taking on his former team. Uh-oh. That's going to be fun. So how do you think Will Levis is going to turn over the ball this week?
Well,
in what special fashion?
Well, he threw it forward to somebody in extremely stupid manner versus the Bears.
Nice little.
And then relatively laterally, but still behind. This one, I think it's going to be directly behind him. I think
that was the last one.
No. The last one, he still kind of threw it almost laterally.
No, but it was a fumble. They counted it as a strip sack.
I'm saying even more. He's just going to get sacked and throw it. He's just going to throw it right over.
It'll be like his sex tape. Just.
Oh my God. Don't even get me started on that. All jokes aside, I think my decision would depend on the quarterback who's playing. I genuinely think Tennessee could push for a victory here with Malik because the defense is so good.
Packers?
No, I'm saying like the Packers would struggle.
I got you.
I don't think Malik lightning will strike twice in this particular situation.
Yeah, I mean the defense is considerably better that they're facing this week.
So much better.
Considerably better.
That's why. It's not going to be as easy to get a couple hundred yards with Malik. And
side note, DeForest Buckner out for the year.
He's out for the year?
I don't know if it's the year. He's on IR.
Okay. I knew you got on. I'll say.
I may have been too quick to that.
Okay.
My bad. I'm in that brain where like IR used to mean like guaranteed 8 weeks.
Yeah, you're done. It's no longer like 4 games anymore.
Yeah.
Or like now it's 4 games, no longer a year. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Now they have all these different like subsections for IR, like designated to return and crap.
Right.
Which, by the way, Cooper Kupp, they're not going to put him on there because they're apparently they have run the course to when it came to designated return spots, which I didn't know you can do.
Wow.
So, yeah.
What? Can you explain that? Because I literally saw something that just said they think he might be back within 4. Not.
I saw the projection 6 to 8, but they wanted to put him on the IR initially,
Okay.
but they are running out of spots on the
IR.
designated to return. Aaron Rodgers is running, and he's tackled, and he gets up. Okay. Crisis averted. It was Keon White. Keon White turning on, by the way. Golly.
He's doing a great job.
Insane.
He ended up being a pretty big riser at the end of that draft cycle for me. I don't know where you had him. I had him as a day 2 pick, absolutely, like a round 2.
I had him day 2 too. He was hovering around that 150, I want to say. I can pull it real quick.
150?
Did I say 150? 50.
Top 50,
my bad.
Yeah, he was in that top 50 range, I think, for me as well.
That was 2023.
It was? Okay.
I think. Don't quote me.
Oh,
top 75. He was edge 12.
65 for me.
68.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, 65 for me, age, but he still had production. That was my short version.
Yeah, let me see what were my cons with him? Still relatively new to the position, has gained. Okay, I just clicked off it. Dang it. Has gained significant weight since moving to defensive line. Has a little wiggle to him, but lacks lateral agility. Doesn't own a good toolbox of pass rush moves. Is not someone you want tackling out in space. I mean, that almost goes for any defensive lineman.
Fair.
Never really played against great competition, but has looked good when asked to. So, but I mean,
yeah. Keon White had the same grade as Will McDonald for me in terms of like actual overall score.
Will McDonald had a farm. BJ Ojolari.
Oh my god, BJ Ojolari.
Straight to IR, just like his brother.
So sad. So sad, dude. That was a fun year.
Yeah, I think that Packers Titans game is going to be close as hell. That's another game I'd stay away from. I do like the under though, and it's already set at 37.5.
Yeah, I can see that. I don't think the Packers are going to be offensively productive.
Like I could see this game maybe being like 20-13.
I agree.
Yeah. So Bears take on the Colts, by the way.
Wait, you taking Green Bay or Tennessee?
That's such a toss-up. I think I'd probably lean Tennessee, but it really depends on how bad the Will Levis gaff is this week.
Right.
Is it going to be like a pick 6, or is it just going to cost them 6?
That's the question.
Do you think the Bears' run game gets off the ground against the Colts?
With the Forest gone, I think it's a lot better of a chance than it was.
Josh Jacobs ran for like 150 last week. Should have had a touchdown. Instead, turned it into a fumble. Because apparently running backs now, they fumble on their way to the end zone.
It's
happened like 3 times. What? He does not have 1 fumble this year.
5 last year.
You douchebag.
I'm so hoping that that was legitimately only second effort just because it was second effort. Like, talk about heartbreaking if Ashton Genty is a fumbling problem in the NFL. Tell me how heartbreaking that would be.
I'd want to put my teeth on a curb.
Yeah. But yeah, I think the Bears will do far better. And then Latu, this is his week to actually do something, by the way.
Dude, that Bears offensive line, what the hell, dude?
Garbo.
And it's not just like one particular spot. It's the whole thing.
Darnell Wright, if I'm not mistaken, is the best part of it, though.
That might not be saying much.
I was about to say that, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, dude, Nate Davis has been bad.
Yeah.
They've been playing. Who's their backup center? Because Bates got hurt to start the year.
Shelton.
Is this Shelton? Oh, that hurts my heart. I thought he was a good deal.
He had a bounce back year last year. He had a career year.
Yeah, I need to learn not to buy into those career years. I don't when it comes to the Dolphins. Anywhere else, though, I get a little excited.
I mean, hey, Connor Williams, didn't he have a best year last year? And then he's
Before the
doing really
ACL?
well.
I mean, he was, but are we talking like Connor Williams was always solid, though?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
He was moving from guard to center, too, so.
Yeah. But I think the Bears will be able to. I mean, the Bears' defense is what's going to make the difference in that game. That's why I choose them.
Dude,
I don't see the money line though.
This is another game where I'm like, I don't know where to go.
I wouldn't touch it, but
like Caleb's allergic to scoring touchdowns.
He's allergic because there's freaking dudes in his face all the time.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Rome Odunze dropped Caleb's first touchdown, so
right.
I mean, to be fair, Rome's first touchdown too, and that's a play he's gonna make 9 times out of 10, and just happened to be that one time.
Right.
But I mean, dude, if you're the Bears and you can't run against the Colts,
that's a bad sign.
That's a huge red flag.
Yeah, I think they'll be.
Yeah, Anthony Richardson against that defense is gonna be fascinating, but
he's too inconsistent right now, man. I actually took Jalen Milroe in my most recent mock for Indy because he slipped a bit.
Oh my gosh.
Well, especially with the injuries. I mean, like, talk about instant system fit. Yeah. It's like I was saying, like, similar with Tua, how we're saying like they should have a competent backup who actually is almost starter grade.
They do. His name's Joe Flacco.
If Joe can catch fire again, yeah. Is Joe gonna be the one starting?
What do you mean?
Or you're talking to? Oh, I'm tripping balls. You're talking about Indy. I was like, I was talking about the Dolphins.
Yeah. I was like, excuse me?
Like,
did something go down with Anthony Richardson that I'm not aware of?
Being ass, according to Indy fans.
Yeah, it's Colts are a 1.5 point favorite. I think a lot of that has to do with being at home. I kind of lean the Bears, but golly, I don't trust the offense.
Right.
But when it comes to the Colts, I don't trust the defense, and it's like,
is
Richardson going to be able to hit those shots against Stevenson and Johnson? Like, yeah, you got to lean Bears there, I guess.
Yeah.
This whole week's filled with great games.
I know.
Texans, Vikings.
Can you imagine we'd be saying that with Sam Darnold leading them? This is a great game.
Dude, it's more so that defense, man.
Yeah. Dude, Flores. Remember when he was a linebackers coach for the Steelers after he got released?
Man, you remember when he was a head coach for the Dolphins?
And that's just nuts. And people are like talking shit about him too. I'm like,
I think we're gonna see some sloppy play from Stroud just because of that Flores, but like,
I don't know.
Let's be honest. Has Stroud been like the best quarterback in the league this year?
I was literally about to say that. I'm like, I trust him more than any quarterback at the moment, and that's pretty bold of me to say.
Like, yeah, I mean,
I trust him the most.
It's hard not to take it's hard to bet against the Texans in that game.
Yeah,
and they're only 2-point favorites.
That's it. I think it's home field as well.
It's Vikings. They're playing in Minneapolis.
That's what I'm saying. I like for the Vikings. That's
I see. Being only a 2-point favorite. I got you. Maybe no Joe Mixon this game, but I'm kind of excited if we get to see
Pierce do something.
No, Pierce has got a hammy issue too.
I actually forgot I put him on PUP. Huh? Cam Akers, yeah.
Yeah.
God, dude. I gotta make sure that my roster's updated.
Yeah, I got Joe Mixon in a guillotine league.
Yeah.
So I picked up Akers as the backup.
Nice. That's good.
Yeah, because I already knew Pierce. Pierce hasn't played at all this year, I think.
Right.
He may have gotten a handoff or two, but it's really been Akers and the other cat that used to play for the Vikings, I think, right?
Or
am I wrong about that? Or is it Dare?
Are you talking about Nwangwu?
No, I mixed up very tough last names.
Kene
it's Dare, my bad.
Dare Ogunbowale.
Yeah.
Love that guy.
Yeah, but I mean, to be fair, Akers, I mean, he has the second most carries on this squad.
Yeah. Dude, why didn't I start Lazard?
Yeah, so we're going Texans, right? Oh, dude, I just dropped Lazard today.
Well, I mean, it depends on how many people are in your league. But yeah. I
think in that one it's 12.
I'm getting my ass kicked right now because freaking Garrett Wilson isn't doing jack. Thanks, buddy.
I mean, Brees Hall is out there taking receptions right now from the wide receiver position.
Ridiculous.
Like literally, he's out wide taking receptions. Great.
I'm suing the Jets.
Eagles, Saints.
That's a freaking crazy game.
Dude, Clint Kubiak.
Yeah. Nutty.
Is he him?
I think he is. There's no way you could have that offense performing at that efficiency.
This is going to be a good test for, I would say, portions of the offensive line for the Saints, just because of that interior. The edge play has been that good for Philly this year.
No.
Oddly enough.
Yeah, Nolan's been pretty worthless in terms of being consistently effective.
Yeah, but I think they viewed Nolan more as like a run stuff and option.
Nolan Smith?
Who did I say?
You said Nolan. I was talking about Nolan Smith.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Nolan Smith.
You said on the interior?
I said like I meant run stuff and option on the edge.
Oh.
Did I say interior? My bad, dude.
I was like, think about Jordan?
Garrett Wilson touchdown, by the way.
The lawsuit was the only reason. They felt threatened. I'll take it.
Dude, who do you take in this game? Saints are 2.5-point favorites. It's at the Superdome.
I worry about the Eagles' offense efficiency. I don't even know if they're gonna have AJ. I'd go.
People always forget how good the Saints defense is. Like everyone knows it's good, but they forget it's like top 5 good.
Dude, not Kamari Lassiter. Kool-Aid McKinstry is one of the highest graded rookies as well. He's like not even starting.
Game. Yeah, he had to start last week because of Lattimore.
Yeah, but it's like, talk about unbelievable. We all knew that was a freaking ridiculous that he fell that far.
Dude, I'm happy to see him doing well. He had the pass breakup on CD.
Yeah.
Then a Debo had the pick on the other side, but man, and it's gonna be no AJ Brown, by the way.
That's what I was just saying. Like they probably won't even have AJ, and it's like, I really do think Philly might be toast this game.
Yeah, I might lean into the
over
into the hype.
Yeah.
Golly. Yeah. So there we go. Saints. 2.5-point favorites. I'll take it. Steelers, Chargers. The battle of the undefeateds, by the way.
The most I would say the biggest letdowns of the undefeated, I would say. Pittsburgh, I think, will win this one outright.
You don't think J.K. Dobbins will be like, oh, I remember Pittsburgh, screw those guys, and then continue to go off?
Did he perform well ever versus the Steelers? I'm trying to remember his previous performance versus Pitt.
How can you perform well from IR?
That was a genuine question. Like if he actually performed well in the past. I was all like, I just don't remember. But yeah,
I don't know if the Chargers defense are frauds or not. They faced the Saints week 1. The Saints weren't that good. They have no run game. And then they took on Bryce Young's final game for the Panthers.
Did they play the Saints week 1?
No.
The Chargers played the Saints? Am I tripping?
No, Chargers played the Raiders.
Oh, you said Saints week 1.
Did I say Saints?
Like, yeah. Because I was like, no, I don't remember that. I was like, how are they undefeated? Okay.
It was a time.
Okay. Yeah, I think that the Chargers are far outmatched by Pittsburgh's talent.
I mean, as long as Justin Fields doesn't turn the ball over, which he hasn't.
He's been doing a really good job compared to what he was doing in Chicago. Like, I want them to add that run playmaking ability, but
dude, the over-under is 35.5 points.
That's a bit rich. I might take under on that.
Right?
Like it's
This
like a
might be
17-10 type of game.
Yeah, I was gonna say
13-17.
13-10.
Yeah. 13. I mean, I feel like the Steelers will score a touchdown, but finally.
Dang, dude.
What?
Show low, man.
What?
In three games versus the Steelers, Dobbins has 47 carries, 326 yards, and a touchdown. I'll take the Chargers.
Hey, power to him. He's been doing so well.
I mean, we know that offense is, at least for the offensive line's for real for the Chargers.
Yeah.
I mean, all against Watt's gonna be it's gonna be something interesting, but nonetheless. Baker, will he continue to bake taking on the Denver Broncos?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna bake.
Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna bake.
I think the real question is Bo Nix. Are we gonna see a return of Bo Picks?
Yeah. I think Zion McCollum's him. I think it's gonna be really
what a game last week by him, by the way.
I mean,
him and Jamil Dean. Ooh.
What year was that? Was that 2023 as well?
McCullen, I think, was 2023. Yeah, cause
or was it 2022?
I think it might be actually 2022.
Yeah, I think it's 2022.
Yeah, I don't see him in this 2023 class.
I gotta remember where I had him.
He was corner 12 for me, and I had a 3rd round grade on him.
Yeah, he was 83rd overall for me.
He was 98th for me.
Yeah. I was pretty ballsy when I ended up saying it. I said that he was the best pick in the whole draft.
Oh, that is ballsy.
That was ballsy. I was like, I think this is the best pick in the whole draft.
That's real ballsy.
Like in terms of value, obviously. Like let's get that straight. But because he'd be number 1 overall if he was the best pick in the whole draft. But
would you take the Bucks -6.5? Yeah, I would too.
Yeah.
Baker's baking,
and it's in Tampa.
Yeah, and it's in Tampa. And to be fair to Bo Nix, like the offensive line's been bad. Like Garrett Bowles hasn't played well this year. McGlinchey just went to IR.
Yep.
No one's making plays.
No.
The run game doesn't exist. Like the offense is bad.
Yeah. I wish I could bet on those type of games. I wish Texas allowed that.
So we got the Raiders taking on the Andy Dalton-led Panthers.
This could be a bounce back for the Panthers just because they actually have some consistency.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're currently Panthers are +5.5, and I'm not against
what?
it. Yeah,
Panthers are projected to win?
No, +5.
Oh, like they're okay. Oh, you're saying +5.5 on win-loss, or you're just talking about this game specifically?
The game.
Oh, okay.
But like,
I'd be willing to.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe the Raiders found something last week. And honestly, we're gonna figure out how bad that run game is.
Yeah.
For the Raiders, if they can't do nothing against the Panthers, I think this might be a Jackson Powers-Johnson debut.
I hope so.
Yeah, he's been. They've listed as an illness. I don't know really what's actually wrong.
Yeah.
I've heard like he's also coming back from an injury or something, but
yeah, I wouldn't touch it.
No,
if I were a betting man, but I would go Vegas.
I would watch it though.
Yeah,
I'd watch the hell out of that game.
Yeah,
Red Rifle.
Yeah, battling with Bryce Young on the bench. Oh, we had a question earlier about Bryce Young. I think it'd be good just to talk about it really quick. So, somebody ended up saying, like, proposing a trade.
Oh, they're not trading him.
Bryce to the Rams. Rams trade Stafford to the Dolphins. Bryce is the new.
That's
QB
a lot of draft capital going different ways.
How much do you think it would like? We'll just play off of that. How much do you think it would cost? to trade for Bryce right now?
For Bryce?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, no one's giving up a first for Bryce at this point.
No, not a chance.
And we saw how teams treated Justin Fields this offseason.
Yep. But Justin had less years on his contract. He had one left.
Like 4th round pick?
I would say so.
Yeah, like the Trey Lance treatment.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I was like, like Bryce is just like, he's just broken, dude.
I know. What do you think about him going to Philly to back up Jalen and getting rid of Kenny Pickett?
I don't think they should trade him.
Well, I'm just saying theoretically, if they had to trade him, like for the Eagles side, not for the Panthers side.
The Eagles, they already who's their backup right now?
They got McKee and Pickett.
Yeah, you're fine.
I do not like Pickett.
Like, no, but you traded for Pickett. He's your backup, and I liked some of the things we saw from Tanner McKee in preseason.
I just don't know if he could run that system. They'd have to adjust it because he's far less mobile.
They'd have to adjust the pass of the football. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't trust him on a tush push, but
yeah. Okay, continuing on.
Yeah, let's move on. By the way, I think the Panthers aren't done with Bryce Young yet. I think we'll probably see him later in the year.
Okay.
Dolphins take on the Seahawks. Yeah.
It's just the QB.
Yeah, I don't know if they've said for sure, but I mean, we got Huntley. Huntley's a gamer. He can win some games for us.
Yeah, but Seattle's not the team to win a game against.
Yeah, Seattle's defense is kind of nuts.
Yeah. If it were like a defensive star that got hurt, I feel like you'd have a better shot because I could see the offense for Seattle being a little clunky in the run game and then potentially winning that matchup. But
I feel like even with the run game not really clicking, large part of that is because, Kenneth Walker not being healthy.
I mean, I'm surprised that Zach's not doing well remotely.
Yeah, but I think they're still I think Geno's locked in. I think the passing game's locked in, though.
They're doing such a good job.
Yeah. I mean, Seattle's an easy take here for me, but
yeah, I agree.
First, kind of want to see, what happens with Tyler Huntley if he is a starter, because we definitely have a hell of a lot better chance. I mean, this was a guy that helped after Lamar went down with injury, take the Ravens to the playoffs in 2022. So
it's true.
I don't want to discount it.
Yeah, but it's also an offense that is kind of built for a player of Tyler Huntley's skill set.
Yeah. Ravens, speaking of Tyler Huntley, let's talk about his former team. Ravens take on the Cowboys.
That's a good game. Two teams that kind of got whooped last week in terms of expectation versus outcome.
Ravens are only a 1-point favorite.
I'd go Dallas.
Really? I was going to go the other way.
Yeah. I feel like the defense is a little bit embarrassed, tail between the legs. The Ravens fought a hard battle versus a gritty team. I feel like there's just more emotion from the Cowboys side. Home opener, got spanked. And I think they have defensive talent to match the majority of the offensive talent. It's just if Lamar gets out in the open, I don't fully trust them to contain it properly.
Yeah, no, I feel like the Ravens, their offense is good. It's just they go through such droughts thus far to start the year. Like they started the game out hot against the Chiefs on the opening drive.
Yeah.
And then struggle to score at all during the rest of that first half.
Right. Yeah.
And then they turn on at the end of the game to basically catch pace with the Chiefs.
Right.
With the Raiders game, again, the team went in cruise control after they got up early. They were dominating that game, and then the Raiders were like, we're going to score the last 13 points. Suck it. But, I don't know. I trust the Ravens defense. I think Dak right now is playing, pickup game football. He's still riding high on the contract.
On the dollar?
Because I felt that way in week 1 where he was just slinging it willy-nilly. And I was like, hey, you got paid. You do you. Who cares about Deshaun Watson? Right. But then in week, the offense still functioned really well. They just couldn't keep pace with that
Right.
juggernaut that is the New Orleans Saints currently. I don't know. It is a true toss-up, but I want to lean with the Ravens.
Okay.
I haven't even got to see Nate Wiggins yet. He had that got in a little.
He got a car crash, right? Got a little neck.
Yeah, so we might not see
issue.
him yet.
Yeah. Glad that he's good though.
Yes. 49ers take on the Rams. Or 49ers, 6.5 point favorite.
I would take the Niners.
I'll be shocked if they have enough players to take the field.
Dude, they're not doing well.
I mean, I don't think it's their fault.
No, but it's just.
I mean, have you seen the list?
It's bad.
They get a Larry Jackson back, maybe. I mean, he's off suspension, but I don't know if he's going to be good to go for the game.
Yeah,
but like, starting with the defense, like you had Darius Williams IR, Trey Tomlinson IR, and then Darion Kendrick IR. So it's like, and then Trey White's just playing bad.
Yeah.
So it's like, golly. And then, that whole offensive line. Like Jonah Jackson, Steve Avila. I think Havenstein's healthy now, but he started the year on the IR. Not the IR, but inactive.
Pup, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like... Limmer. Dude, was Limmer banged up too?
Not banged. Oh, you're just talking about the injuries specifically. Yeah. No. Limmer struggled last week, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that team was just on the struggle bus period. But, dude, no Puka, no Cooper.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I
feel bad for Stafford.
Yeah. This is probably going to be his most punishing season with the Rams.
It's not a good sign.
Maybe even his career, if we're going to be honest.
Huh? Yeah. Yeah.
But, dude, no CMC, I think no problem this game.
No.
I mean, no Debo, I honestly think no problem. Cool. Get Jawan Jennings more involved. That defense for the Niners is still really good.
Yeah.
And they're missing a few parts too.
Yeah.
But RIP Rams, get better soon. Lions take on the Cardinals. I think this is the highest over under of the week in point total, 51.5.
Okay.
And I think it's justified because I think the Cardinals, I think a large part of their season is going to be having to win shootouts. They got lucky and they basically faced a team that walked in a full body cast last week.
Yeah, I think Arizona's going to get smushed.
Yeah.
They're going to crash back down. They're too roller coasty this season.
Yeah, I think with...
They get smushed.
Yeah, I think with in Goff's coming off a bad game, I think he's going to bounce back well. The Cardinals defense isn't good. Last week was it might as well have been a figment of your imagination. Like you can't trust. Oh, they stopped the Rams. What Rams team?
Yeah, that's not
Matthew Stafford and his unending list of hospital patients. Oh, but and Detroit's only a 3-point favorite, so I kind of like that a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. 3-point. Hell yeah.
Take that. All right. We just got the night games now, which is perfect because I got a roll bounce.
Yes, sir.
Chiefs take on the Falcons.
Yep.
Chiefs 3.5 point favorites. Over and under is 46.5. This is at Mercedes-Benz. Who do you have?
Chiefs. I love to see that Kirk in 2-minute drill could still be Kirk, but
dude, it's primetime Kirk.
Exactly.
It's Kirko Cousins.
Even though he won the last time he was on in primetime.
Dude, get him the chain back. He's back.
I love that. Yeah. Honestly, it's just I think KC's kind of a juggernaut.
Yeah, that Chiefs defense is no joke. It doesn't matter what Patrick Mahomes does or doesn't do. That offense is, and especially now with Isaiah Pacheco, really the only explosiveness they've had in that offense, outside of week 1 and Xavier Worthy, it's really just been Rice and Pacheco.
Yeah.
And now you don't have one of those. So could be a lower score than people anticipate.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wouldn't feel comfortable going over on the over under.
Yeah. I feel like there's going to be immense pressure via blitz or via Chris Jones. But yeah, no, I ride with probably the Chiefs in that game. It's going to be a fun game though.
Yeah.
And then the 2 Monday night games, we got the Jaguars taking on the Buffalo Bills. Bills are a 5.5-point favorite. Over under is 45.5. Tell me why the Bills are going to smack this team, because it's not in London. It's not in London like it was last year.
Well, as Trevor Lawrence says, we suck. So I doubt that's going to change too much. Isn't that crazy? He actually is like, yeah, we suck.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong. But I was just like, oh, wow.
This is a team struggling to cover now that, especially with Tyson Campbell out. This is a team that's struggling to get pressure outside of Josh Hines-Allen. Though Travon Walker's had some good in the opener, it was kind of whatever, but I thought he was fine last week.
On my scouting report, it said Josh Allen. So,
but this is a team that can't run the football. This is a team that can't block. This is a team that's had drops from a variety of different guys. First week was Christian Kirk. Last week it was a variety of different dudes, with one being Brian Thomas on a little quick slant.
Yep.
Dude, the Jags just feel like that 1-5 team at the end of the year. I think James Cook continues to guess what I'm about to say here.
Roll and win.
Cook.
Oh, should have seen that one coming.
Baker bakes.
Yeah.
Cook cooks.
Cook cooks.
Yeah, Mahomes, the usual.
Yeah.
But Bill should come away with this game.
Yeah,
no problem.
I want to see Keon Coleman pop off.
I do.
He
had one target for no catch last week, so
this is the game for him.
Yeah, it should be. I mean, Ronald Darby got toasted week 1, but that was speed, and that's Tyreek. That's not fair.
Freaking Ronald Darby. Remember, it wasn't on the Eagles Super Bowl squad. I swear, was he not one of their boundary corners that year?
Wasn't he a Broncos?
He was, but I'm saying the Eagles Super Bowl year.
Wasn't he with the Broncos for the Super Bowl year too? Or am I thinking of Bradley Roby?
I think you're thinking Bradley Roby.
Oh, I'm thinking, yeah.
Oh man, flashback too. And Aqib Talib.
No,
the Aqib.
Dude, that
what happened to that guy? By the way, he was
no, dude. That dude was thugging and bugging in the NFL. I don't know what he's off to now. Commanders take on the Bengals on a side note.
Yeah, Commanders, Bengals. Both the teams are kind of underwhelming, but they also both show a lot of promise.
I mean, if you're the Bengals,
they're gonna win.
You're supposed to be a Super Bowl contender. You better show promise.
Right. I mean, I'm gonna go with the Bengals on that one, but still.
Bengals 7-point favorite. It's in Cincy.
7?
I think Brian Robinson's about to have a big day, though. He has been eating for the Commanders. It's just a shame that the Commanders' defense sucks.
Yeah.
Outside of Benjamin St. Jude's honestly doing the best work that he can. Last week had a solid game.
Yeah. Ain't too much, though.
Yeah. And I mean, you're not getting pressure outside of guys honestly, it's really just Deron Payne. Jonathan Allen's not really doing much, at least as a pass rusher.
Jason Newton did nothing in his first showing.
Yeah, I mean, it's his debut. It is what it is.
Yeah, it was really bad, though. 29 defensive players?
Why would they put these games on Monday night?
Dude, I'm literally looking at it. I'm like, why?
Out of all these good games you have, I mean, to be fair, they made these games before the season. So maybe you could think Jags, Bills, that's going to slap. But you knew Commanders, Bengals wasn't going to be anything good. Is that why you made it the doubleheader game? You knew it was they're not really going to watch this game.
They're only going to watch one of these games. And then, after we might get some people to actually watch the Commanders.
Golly.
Maybe.
All right. Well, Alex, I got to head out, my friend.
Well, I got to actually do something besides stare at a computer screen today. So, in the meantime, for those of you guys who are watching, we love you. feel free to continue. Like, if you guys are bored, feel free to go watch. I just dropped day 2 of my mock, so it'll keep you busy. But
day 2?
A whole day 2, baby. Rounds 2 and 3. Out now.
Morgan Moses limping off the field.
Oh no.
Who's coming in as the right tackle then?
Was it Max?
It's gonna be Olu.
Really?
Over at right, yeah.
Did they just say that?
Yeah, he's on the field.
I might go watch that. I just said I'm not going to look at a computer screen, but I might look at a TV screen.
Man, you know how funny it is that, like, I was so hard in the paint for Brock Bowers to this team. And, like, I admitted that, like, okay, tackle's not out of the realm of possibility, but if Brock Bowers is there, I don't see how you can take him. You're grabbing a backup tackle for Rodgers? Scoff. Here we are, backup tackle for Rodgers. Golly. But anywho, hey, thanks for hanging out with us. I'm going to have a mock tomorrow. You have your day 2 of your mock draft out currently. I'm going to be doing a watch along this weekend. It's going to be Oklahoma State, Utah. I apparently just didn't want to watch USC and Michigan. I already gave Michigan one shot this year.
Yeah.
They got to prove it back to me. But I'm going to be watching that Sooners Tennessee game too that night. That's going to be fun.
That does.
Or it could be an utter just butt whooping. Guess who?
Yeah.
It ain't Tennessee. I'll just say that.
Tennessee kicking ass.
Tennessee's
all right.
Tennessee's defense is like, it's so
crazy.
Impressed.
Without Tyler Barron too.
Dude. It's like the whole defense. Everyone flies around the football.
Yeah.
Absolutely nuts. But
nuts.
Thanks for hanging out with me tonight, Alex. Thank you for accommodating me with my schedule this week.
No, always. Until next time, though, take it easy, friends. Oh.